Today, this magnificent ship gets her name. It is normal for a ship to be named when it's launched. My predecessor, I think quite wisely, chose a different path for the first of our landing helicopter docks. He felt that some sort of ceremony like this early in the ship's time in Australia was appropriate to welcome it to where it will live for the next 40 years, and from my perspective, importantly for you, to get a sense of what all the fuss is about. The fact that we have Minister Morenes and his delegation here as well is really an added bonus for us all today. So today, our guest of honour, the ship's launching and naming lady, Mrs Vickie Coates, the wife of the late Rear Admiral Nigel Coates, a former fleet commander, and more importantly, a former commanding officer of the last Canberra, will complete her mission that she started in Ferrol when she launched the ship, and she will officially name it. I was keen that we conduct the ceremony inside the ship. Sitting on the wharf looking at a big slab of steel certainly gives you one view, but I think you would agree coming inside the ship really gives you a totally different perspective on what this ship has to offer and the scale of what we are dealing with. This ship will transform the Navy, and it will be at the centre of the transformation of the Australian Defence Force. Like all naval ships, it's their utility across the spectrum of operations that is most critical. This ship will give the government options from humanitarian assistance and disaster relief at one end of the spectrum through to stabilisation operations, peacekeeping operations, and right through, if needed, to combat operations. We should be careful not to focus on one particular end of the spectrum, because I think in doing so, we sell this ship and the capability it will represent short. I would like to thank the builders, Navantia and BAE Systems, for their work to date, and it's fantastic to have so many of the BAE workforce here at this ceremony. This has been an innovative build approach and has showcased the shipbuilding skills of two great maritime nations. And finally, I would like to thank the Prime Minister for being here today. We certainly appreciate your presence. We know the demands that you have on your time, and we greatly appreciate it that you've made the effort to come here today and hopefully see some of the capability that the Australian Defence Force will have when we get this ship.